Hi there. Thank you for keeping up with everything this semester, as crazy as it's been. And thanks for being patient with my lack of technology savvy. I've learned a lot too. I'm sure you have too this semester. So, what this lesson is about, this is usually what I do on the last day of class, kind of for a fun in class final, is I talk about leadership. And it's something that is not required as part of the curriculum for this class, but it's something that I have found to be very important and something that I was lucky enough, blessed enough to be able to learn about a few years ago in my training as a manager. And it was kind of life changing for me. And I wished someone would have shared some of this information with me when I was younger. So that's why I'm very passionate about it. And I wanted to share it with you guys and kind of leave you with this final thoughts and final assignment for the semester. So how this whole thing started was a few years ago, I had a new company bought the company where I was working, Scripps Broadcasting, and you may see them if you watch any shows on HGTV or anything. A lot of them are produced by Scripps, but they bought the group of radio stations where I was a manager, and they were very passionate about leadership development, not just for managers, but for everybody in the company. In fact, they took all of the managers at some point or another and sent us all in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, in the woods. It's kind of scary, for a week for leadership training. And the training I went through involved some classroom learning, but it also involved some outside activities and kind of crazy activities where we had to do a 40-foot rope course in the air, where you learn to develop trust of other people and depending on other people. And the very last day, the requirement was we had to climb a telephone pole, and with a bungee attached to us, you had to jump off the telephone pole, jump off into the air, and you were strapped on with a harness and you just floated. But yeah, so it was pretty intense. So you guys will not have to do anything like that, I promise. But the part that was so life-changing for me was what we learned at that leadership camp. Before we went, all the managers, our employees, our colleagues, and even the manager above us all took a survey about us. And then the results of that survey were given to us at this camp. So we learned, what are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? What do you need to work on? And I know for a lot of us, it was hard to swallow the feedback. I took it okay. I think I was in a better place than a lot of people. A lot of the guys were very, very, very upset by the information they were given. Although sometimes it was kind of hard to take the feedback, but I did kind of take a step back and realize, okay, didn't realize people saw me this way, but this is obviously something I need to work on, and I took it to heart. And I think that's what being a leader is all about, learning that, you know what, we're not perfect. We all can get better. We all can learn every day. But I also learned two main things about leadership that I wanted to share with you today, that anyone can be a leader. You don't have to be in a leadership position to be a leader. And leading and managing are not the same thing at all. And that's something that I had really never thought about before. And the other thing is that anybody can be a leader. Anybody can show these qualities. You don't have to be, a manager. You don't have to be a leader in an organization. You don't have to be a parent. But these are all things that you can all exemplify and work on and improve your life and improve the life of the people around you. So I want to share a quick slideshow just to kind of give you some of the highlights of the 5 main points of being a leader. So this training that I took part in actually was developed by these two authors, Kouzes and Posner. Their book is The Leadership Challenge, and what they started over 30 years ago, they started interviewing people of all walks of life, all over the world, about what characteristics do you have that show leadership? And they found that all of these people exemplified some of the same qualities. It didn't matter if they were a CEO or if they were a Girl Scout leader or if they were a parent or even a stay-at-home mom, that these 5 different characteristics were something that all leaders all exemplified. And these are the 5 that I wanted to tell you about. So, like I said before, anyone can lead. To lead means to go, to guide someone, to travel. So if you think about leadership, that you are actually guiding people along with you on a trip, you're teaching them, you're guiding them, you're leading. If you're leading, you know, a group of travelers on a tour, you're guiding them, you're teaching them, they're following you. So that's really kind of what leadership is in a nutshell. Like I said, leadership is everybody's business. It's not just for some people. It is about a relationship because, you know, anytime you're asking people to follow you and to act as you act, to follow, you know, your lead, there's got to be some relationship there. There's got to be trust. There's got to be belief. It does involve self-development, and it's something that, you know what, I don't think I will ever have it 100% down. It's something that I work on every day, and it's something that I have to be mindful of, and something that I know I can always improve on. The good thing about being a good leader, you might think so, but people are not born great leaders. Leadership is developed. It's something that you can learn. It's something that is practiced. And like I said, it is an ongoing process. It's something that you can always be working on and always develop your entire life. So here are the 5 practices of exemplary leadership. Number 1, model the way, which you can probably imagine what that means. You're walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Inspire a shared vision. I get you to see what I see, so we all know what the goal is. Challenge the process. We'll get into that a little bit. Encourage others to act, and then encourage the heart, which I think is the most important one. So modeling the way, in order to be good at modeling the way, I think you need to know what you believe in, know what you stand for, know what's important to you, and then you set a good example, and people will want to follow you, and they know, wow, what would so-and-so say? Okay, I know they would say this, so this is what I should do. So leaders must stand for something, believe in something, and care about something. You must clarify your personal values and express those values in your own style. Second practice, inspire a shared vision. This actually, personally, is the one that I found out that I needed to work on the most. And what I found out was, okay, I have a vision. It's in my head. I know what it is. Everybody else should know what it is, but they didn't. And that's something that I've always been working on with the people that are following me, and enlisting others in that common vision, getting other people to see what your vision is, to believe in what you believe, and to, you know, share each other's dreams and goals and shared aspirations. And I think anytime that you can get people to either follow your passion or your beliefs, boy, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. Challenging the process. I found out this was another one I needed to work on. Not being afraid to seek out innovative ways to change, grow, and improve. Question the process. Why do we do this? Why don't we try to do something different? Have you thought about doing this? I think challenging the process involves taking a risk. And if you've ever read anything about most successful people, I think it's Oprah that said that she's made 5,000 mistakes for every success that she's had. Leaders take risks, they experiment, they demonstrate courage to continue the quest despite opposition and setbacks. Don't be afraid to challenge the process and question. And that's the only way that processes improve. If you see something that's not right, you see something in your gut and you go, wow, that shouldn't have happened, or that person shouldn't be treating that person that way. You know what? A leader steps up and says something. So I just challenge you to do that when you have the opportunity. Enabling others to act. So what that is talking about in fancy words is delegating and giving others responsibility. And a good leader knows that they can't carry an entire organization or an entire company on their own backs. They foster collaboration by promoting cooperative goals, building trust, like we're all in this together. Perfect example, football coaches, any kind of athletic coach. I mean, gosh, Andy Reid obviously led the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Yay. And he will again this year. But boy, talk about an example of enabling others to act. He didn't play the game. He didn't make any plays. He gave everyone else the strength and the courage and the confidence to go out and win. And that's the best example I can think of to enable others to act. And then the last one, encouraging the heart. And this was actually something that I scored pretty good on, but I always think there's room to improve here. And this is recognizing people for the good that they've done. I think it's always easy, especially as a manager, as a parent, you know, if you're used to getting straight A's and you bring a C home, which the first thing most parents are going to say, why didn't you get an A? And I've been guilty of this. Instead of pointing out, wow, you did amazing here, here, and here, and here. Wow, what happened here? Do you need some help? Is something going on? Celebrating victories, celebrating values. And one thing that I've learned is super important, especially in my career, is always taking the time to recognize others, not just to them, but in front of others. Because if you have ever gotten a compliment in front of a group or in a group email, oh my gosh, like your heart explodes, right? And I think any time that you can give somebody credit, recognize them, celebrate something, no matter how small, it makes the heart happy and it makes people more willing to follow you and it makes people feel like heroes. And at the end of the day, that's what you're developing. You're trying to develop other leaders and other heroes as well. So with that said, I know I kind of blew through those pretty fast. The next part of your assignment is to watch the video that I'm going to post. And it's just it's kind of an old video. It's maybe 15, 20 years old, but it's about this kid that grew up on the Illinois side of St. Louis and just the amazing things he was able to accomplish. In fact, he's pretty famous now. He's done TED Talks and has a lot of books out and things. But as you're watching the video, take note of what Chad does and which characteristics of leadership does he demonstrate in this video. And then the last part of your lesson, and this is where you actually have to do something and put some thought into it, is I want you all to think of someone in your life that exemplifies one or all of the leadership characteristics. And I want you to write a page-ish, couple paragraphs minimum, of somebody in your life that has exemplified one of those 5 characteristics, and I will post them and let you upload that. But it can be anybody. It can be somebody famous. It can be Andy Reid. It can be a parent. It can be a grandparent. It can be a coach. It can be a teacher. It can be a friend. It can be somebody you know personally. I know a lot of people, will have maybe a pastor or maybe a high school teacher that really helped them through a tough time or something. So just be thinking of somebody that exemplifies one of those and just write a paper on who that person is, what they did to exemplify one of those leadership characteristics. And then you all can upload that. I'll give you a week to do that since I got this posted a little later than I thought. And I hope that leaves you with something to think about and something to work on. And I hope you all are well. I've enjoyed having you in class, at least the first half of the semester. And I wish you all well. And you can always reach out to me if you ever need anything or have any questions or anything like that. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great summer.